G'day! We're going to have a look through this Hyper USB 4 mobile dock. Now it's a relatively light and it actually supports one single 8K monitor which at 30 Hertz, or you can actually do dual monitors which can support 4K at 60 Hertz for dual monitors. So that's really nice, and this is pretty much what I would say, relatively nicely built. It is made of plastic, but it has really nice construction that I can feel and hear, and has a very nice reinforced USB-C cables, quite thick, and I can see the ends are very nice. I've seen this sort of type of connections, and I think these actually will last quite a bit. So they're actually quite decent here. So it has around about a 30 centimeter USB-C cable that's attached, and then we have the USB 4 port, which is USB-C. Now this is also the power delivery pass-through port as well. We got a 3.5 audio headphone jack. On the other side, we've got the full-size HDMI 2.1 port, and then we also have a DisplayPort 1.4, and then a gigabit Ethernet port. And on the other last side, we've got two USB Type A ports. Now these are 3.2 Gen 2 ports, so they support 10 gigabits. Looking at the operating temperatures of the HyperDock. Now I've got this HyperDock running for about an hour now. I've got it connected to two external monitors and two USB Type A devices, while it's also charging a laptop. Now this has been running for about an hour, and I can see the operating temperature of the hottest area on top of the dock is about 40 degrees Celsius, and I can just flip this thing around so you can see on the bottom side, and you're looking at close to the hottest on the bottom side, surprisingly, is only 36 degrees Celsius. So it is trying to dissipate its heat on the top end, and that is where the Hyper logo is, and that is about 40 degrees Celsius. So operating pretty good, generally pretty cool overall. So you can just have a look at actual operating temperatures, pretty good. This XPS 9530 comes with a 130 watt power adapter. I've currently got it connected, and I'm just pushing through about 107 watts through to this USB-C port to charge this laptop. Now I'm going to actually disconnect this, push this through. I'm going to just take my monitoring device, plug that into here, plug the 130 watt power adapter to this HyperDock, and then we'll plug the HyperDock into this laptop, and we'll see what it will push through to see. So it detected is going through about 72 watts is now being pushed and charging the laptop. Now this is probably not enough for this XPS 9530, as this does require quite a bit to charge it, so we'll go on slow charge. Now if you're on the Apple Mac, now the silicon is really good on, actually it will, even on the 14 and also the 16 inch, even though this only pushing out about 70, probably 75 watts, that will still run at 100% on a silicon, as the Apple Macs are very good on running the battery power. It will just charge it up, and you still get plenty of power to go through to Apple MacBook. Now, as for Windows computer, you're looking at probably around about, probably not the performance series, as those usually needs around about 90 watts, but this will still put on slow charge, but still 75 watts is doing pretty decent for a lot of other phones. So just to give you an idea of the pass-through power on this Hyper USB 4 dock. And now we're going to test out the data transfer speed of the USB 4 port on this Hyper dock. Now I'm currently going to use this Kingston XS1000 external SSD on this, connected to a Thunderbolt 4 port on this Dell XPS 9530. Now it is currently doing around about 880 megabytes per second write, and also 940 megabytes per second read. Now I'm going to stop this off, and then I'm going to disconnect this here, as it is a good idea to eject it properly. Now we've got this ejected. Now we're going to connect the HyperDock onto there, and then we're going to connect the Thunderbolt, the disk to here. We can see the Kingston's popped up, fantastic, and we'll make sure the target disk is set to the Kingston, and we'll start the read and write. As we can see at the moment, we are hitting around about the 880 megabytes per second for write, and we will get hopefully around about 920 megabytes per second to read. So barely much difference there, which is good. that we have not lost much in data speed transfer going through this dock. And this is at the moment not actually got external power connected to it. It's just driving from the laptop. Overall, a pretty decent dock that you can actually slip in your bag. Now, I hope you find this video informative, enjoyed it. If you did, and support my channel, smash that like button for me. It does help me out. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll see you next video.